May 5th, 2025, Detroit, Michigan. What begins as a routine plea hearing actually starts with an unexpected laugh. Before the legal arguments even begin, the judge notices Officer Jackson appearing on Zoom and asks a question nobody expects to hear in open court.
You got some pants on, officer?
Thankfully, the answer is yes, and after that brief courtroom chuckle, everyone gets back to business. But the laughter doesn't last long. Nikisha Lee is prepared to accept a negotiated plea that reduces several charges to disorderly conduct and an amended drag racing offense. It sounds straightforward, and everyone appears ready to move on. The problem? A plea agreement doesn't become valid simply because both sides signed off on it. The judge still has to hear facts proving the defendant actually committed the offense she's pleading guilty to. And when Ms. Lee begins describing what happened that night, her answers don't immediately match the crime on the plea agreement. That single detail turns a routine hearing into a careful legal examination.
All right, are we ready on Ms. Lee?
We're ready, Judge. She's going to avail herself to the offer of the people.
Well, before we go on the record, what is that all?
It's a drag racing and a disorderly, and then the rest will be dismissed.
This is the City of Detroit versus Nikisha Lee, case number SP 171-6956, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 171-71811, appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, may it please the Honorable Court, Tatanisha Reed on behalf of Nikisha Lee, who is present via Zoom.
Ms. Lee, good morning to you. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nikisha Lee.
Date, and time set for a trial is Officer Jackson here. He was.
I think he might be in a breakout room.
I'll pull him out. All right. Ms. Lee, my understanding, you want to avail yourself to the offer?
Yes.
All right, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Put your hand down. Officer Jackson, good morning to you. Can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct.
All right.
He got to alter the camera, Judge.
You got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the... No, sir.
Officer Jackson, okay, Ms. Lee, it's the officer's as charged as a disorderly person, correct?
Yes.
And then amended count of drag racing?
Yes.
All right, you want to take the deal, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand, please? I mean, I already did that. You understand one possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Reed, I went over your other advice and rights in breakout room, did she not?
Yes, she did.
Understood those rights?
Yes.
You have any questions about those rights?
No, sir.
You know, by taking the deal, you're going to give those rights up?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, sir.
We draw your attention back to May the 5th, 2025 at around 10:07 p.m. City of Detroit in the area of McNichols and Ward. Where did you have contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day and that time?
Yes, sir.
Operating this motor vehicle?
Say that again?
Were you operating this motor vehicle?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Reed, I don't have any notes down here to tell me what the reckless driving and disorderly person, was the disorderly person on the same date?
Yes, may I voir dire?
You may.
Ms. Lee, on that date and time, were you a disorderly person, i.e., maybe talking loudly, unruly, in the
Yes, ma'am.
presence of others and officers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as for the drag racing, were you operating a vehicle on the road in a hazardous manner?
Yes.
And
Going
how were you operating that vehicle?
I was driving.
I know, but speeding? Were you
Speeding.
speeding?
He said I was speeding.
Lakeisha, were you speeding?
Yes.
Well, no. He said you were speeding. What do you say?
I was speeding, but I wasn't drag racing speeding. That's what I said.
But
Okay,
drag
so
racing is your
let's
plea.
do-
Hold on, Judge. I'm
I got
sorry.
it. Got this. Let's get to understanding. You were speeding, right?
Yes.
Okay. What else did you do besides just speeding?
I was disorderly.
No, were you weaving in and out of traffic?
No, I don't recall. No.
Did you not
Can we-
use? Go ahead.
I was speeding. That's it. I was going over the speed limit.
This is where the hearing changes completely. Listen to what Miss Lee has actually admitted. She openly acknowledges she was speeding. She doesn't argue about exceeding the speed limit, but when the conversation shifts to drag racing, everything changes. She says she wasn't racing anyone. She says she wasn't driving recklessly. Those aren't small corrections. They strike directly at the conduct supporting the amended charge. The judge immediately recognizes the conflict. If the defendant herself refuses to admit the facts that define the offense, the court can't simply pretend those facts exist because everyone negotiated a deal beforehand. That's why the questioning becomes much more precise. Every follow-up question is designed to answer one issue. Do her own admissions legally support this plea? At this point, the prosecution's negotiated resolution is no longer carrying the hearing. The defendant's own words are, and those words have just created a significant obstacle.
And Your Honor, I think that's a factual basis for drag racing.
I don't know if that's the factual basis for drag racing. I would not think that would be the factual basis for drag racing. Just speeding. Drag racing, you have to be racing somebody. She didn't say she was racing.
But as you know, Your Honor, with this being a plea, she was originally reckless driving. So were you driving when you were because we're doing a reduced count to drag racing, were you driving your car in a reckless manner? Your Honor, she had said yes when I first asked her that. Were you driving your car in a reckless manner, Nikisha?
No, I was speeding. I was not driving reckless. I was speeding. I was just going over the speed limit. That's it.
Right. So if that is the case, where do we get reckless driving from? And it's never been totally defined as far as this court understands reckless driving being a willful and wanton disregard for people's safety.
I think maybe if she was going so much over the speed limit, so many miles over the speed limit, it could be considered reckless because you're putting other people's lives in danger. May I ask the officer that question, Judge, if that'll help?
No,
Can I participate?
Stop, please. Let me ask her because this is all about her plea. Now, I know the officer may say one thing and she may say another, but this is all about her admitting responsibility to what she says she did.
Notice the judge's approach now. Instead of asking Ms. Lee whether she agrees with legal terms like drag racing or reckless driving, the court starts asking about concrete facts, her actual speed, and the roadway where she was driving. That's because courts don't rely only on labels. They rely on conduct. The judge is attempting to determine whether the admitted facts themselves could legally support accepting this negotiated plea. It's a subtle but important distinction. A defendant may disagree with the name of an offense while still admitting conduct that satisfies its legal requirements. That's exactly what the judge is working to determine before deciding whether the plea should be accepted.
Now, how fast were you going, Miss Lee?
I believe I was going 65 miles per hour
In what zone?
and a 45.
No, there's no 45 on West McNichols. There's not a 45 on, you were going 65 miles an hour in a 30 or 35 mile an hour zone at the most.
If someone admits driving about 65 miles per hour, where the judge believes the speed limit was 30 or 35 miles per hour, would that be enough for you to accept this negotiated plea? Or would you still want to hear an admission that the driver actually engaged in conduct matching the amended charge before entering a conviction? The answer isn't just about speed. It's about whether the defendant's own words establish the factual basis required before a court accepts a guilty plea. That's the exact legal issue this hearing has been building toward from the beginning.
All right, I'm gonna find that to be very, very excessive. So I'll find her guilty of the amended count of drag racing. With stipulation of probable cause, we'll dismiss the other two matters.
So stipulated.
You need to take a driving course too, because if you think that you can go 45 miles an hour down, if you think that the speed limit on West McNichols or Ward, whatever street that was, we know it's not 45 miles an hour on Ward, but if you think the speed limit is 45 miles an hour on West McNichols, then you need to take a driving course. Because automatically on those streets is either 30 or 35. All right. I'm gonna fine you $240 and $240. When can you pay?
What is it? $240? 2 tickets?
2 tickets, so 240, 480.
480. Can I get 30 days?
Yes. Is this any delayed sentence at all?
Tamika Horn on behalf of the city, no, Your Honor, it's as charged.
All right, I'll even mark allow payment plan. So Miss Lee, has any div that kiosk in the city of Detroit? I'm told you can upload to div that app to your phone, or you can come on down to the courthouse and pay it in person, or come down before or on December 1st and pay it and get into a payment plan, ma'am.
December 1st. And I can get into the payment plan when I come inside?
Yes, you should get into the payment plan when you come inside and when you come down to the courthouse. I think you're gonna need to bring at least 20% down, all right?
Okay, yes, sir, thank you.
All right, if there's nothing further, have a very good day and best of luck to you. All right, Ms. Reed, thank you very much, and you be safe as well.
Thank you, Judge, and thank you, Sister Counsel.
Yes, yes, ma'am, thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right.
Officer.
What looked like one of the quickest hearings on the docket ended up becoming a careful examination of a single legal requirement. The court ultimately accepted the amended plea, dismissed the remaining counts, imposed fines, and approved additional time for payment. But that outcome wasn't automatic. The judge repeatedly stopped the proceeding to make sure the factual basis came from Ms. Lee herself, not simply from the written plea agreement. The hearing turned on one specific exchange. Ms. Lee consistently admitted speeding, but she repeatedly denied drag racing and denied reckless driving. That forced the judge to dig deeper, asking about her speed and the roadway before concluding there was enough factual support to accept the plea. Without those additional admissions, the negotiated agreement may not have satisfied the court. Sometimes, the most important moment in a courtroom isn't a dramatic objection or a lengthy ruling. It's a judge refusing to skip over a detail that the law requires. If you enjoy real courtroom breakdowns that explain the legal reasoning behind each decision, subscribe for more cases like this. And tell us in the comments, would you have accepted this plea based solely on Ms. Lee's own admissions?